Welcome back to the Sunrise Morning Show here on Win TV. I'm Pavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for staying with us. My guest this morning is from aQuaTT. We have Mr. Khalil and Mr. Ryan Mohammed, who is actually the president of the association. Now, just before we went to the break, we were talking about the hindrances being faced by the agricultural sector. We even touched on their views on the budget. So I'm going to be asking them, the rate of contribution for the Green Fund actually increased from 0.1% to, I believe it's 0.3%. What's your views on that?
Okay, well, in the past, the Green Fund, it is a good plan. Okay, I'm not sure of the justification for that increase. I'm not sure how much money out of the Green Fund previously has been used for the intentions and purposes it was set up. So it is an interesting move because the fact is that industry are probably one of the biggest contributors for pollution, but how that Green Fund money actually gets factored into rehabilitation, mitigation, and things like that is yet to be seen. So with more money in the coffers, I hope it would actually be used for NGOs and community-based projects to alleviate the issues of pollution. How that affects aquaculture, aQuaTT has never applied for funding out of the Green Fund. Based on the mandate of the Green Fund, I don't think we ever we fall under that criteria. So it won't affect us too much. If we were to do something along the lines of restocking activities and things like that, maybe. But tilapia being a foreign species, we're not going to be restocking it into public drainages. To do habitat rehabilitation, things like that, maybe. But I know in the past, SFC, they were doing restocking events with the Cascadoo and Conch. aQuaTT was involved with that, and that kind of falls under the purview of what the Green Fund was established to do. But Green Fund's finances weren't used for that. So currently, I can't say how this would actually impact on the aquaculture sector.
Now, we also heard about in order to promote, getting more farmers and so forth. I know this is a sister issue that we're talking about here. What are your views on the removal of all taxes and duties on approved chemicals and that I believe it's pest control and so forth in agricultural products and so forth?
Well, it could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, it is good. It would actually help the farmers reduce their operating cost. What I hope it doesn't do is encourage farmers to use more chemicals and reduce their management systems of chemicals. There's one thing to say, okay, the chemicals are cheaper, but then it's a different thing to mismanage it. But farmers are getting smarter. They're educated. The information's available everywhere. So it is hoped that they would not mismanage this offering made by the government. Again, if this reduction on these tariffs go in, if we should see a rise in pollution, it falls back into, again, another ministry monitoring of river systems and drainages to see what is the trickle-down effect from this. If it is that we have more chemicals in the public drainage systems, you need to rely on monitoring systems for that. So again, it's a waiting game, but also a management issue.
The government also indicated that it was their intention to bring forward legislation in order to preserve our environment and so forth. I want to hear your take on that.
Well, legislation for environment is interesting. We have a lot of legislation regarding environment. Implementation of the legislation is lacking. Management of the environment, we have the EMA, we have ministries, but how are these things implemented? If you see somebody emptying a barrel of Gramoxone in nearest river, who do you call immediately to stop? And you call WASA, you call EMA, and by the time they come and do a water test, you're not sure if you'll see the effect of it at that point. So I don't think it's too much of an issue of legislation. It is implemented what we already have.
All right, so let's go back to aQuaTT now. Tell us about some of the projects that you'll be venturing into soon.
Okay, so I previously mentioned we have agreement with the National Quarries Limited, where they were doing rehabilitation work with their quarry lands using aquaculture. And some of the wastewater from the aquaculture tanks they were using for field crop irrigation. So that's one arrangement we have. We also have on the drawing board arrangement with the NESC, National Energy Training Center, Skills Center, yes, where their trainees, if all goes well, their trainees will actually be involved in the setup of tank-based aquaculture systems for new farmers. Under agreement where they become the contractor that does the entire thing, providing them with additional training for the sector, but also reducing the labor cost for setup of aquaculture facilities. Our most recent activity would be this event coming with NAMDEFCO, the World Food Farmers Day. I think it's October 17th. At the Macoya branch of NAMDEFCO farm, the farmers market. aQuaTT would have a booth there where we would be selling tt-tilapia. So persons that are interested, they could place an order via our website, or they could message us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Send us an email, aquatt1@gmail.com. Or you come there with your coolers and your ice, and we would have fish on sale.
Tell us more about this particular event. Remind us of the date and time.
The date, I believe it's a Saturday, 17th of October. Macoya branch of the NAMDEFCO market, that's near Center of Excellence at that traffic intersection up there. I believe it starts at 8 a.m., right? And would run till 4 or 5 p.m.
Is it open to members of the public? Do you have to buy tickets to enter?
I believe it's free to the public. Well, free because I haven't seen a price tag attached to the admission. So up until my information getting, it's free and open to the public.
All right, guys, so I'm going to ask you for your closing comments now.
Well, the brand is out there, right? If someone is not sure, they could always call. Right, they could check the nearest supermarket to them, right? It will be there soon, right? Eventually, we're trying to set up a process plan that we could do a proper filleted product, right? Which is a more acceptable product, but that wouldn't take place until the next couple of months. We'll say 2 to 3 months. They could check us out at the World Food Fair. One correction to Ryan, I think it's on the 18th, right? That would be Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, it's on Sunday the 18th. Right, Saturday is the day we have to set up from 2 o'clock.
Oh, right. So he he's so focused on the planning.
Yes.
Right, so on Sunday the 18th, they can check us out down there at the Macoya market there. Our product will be there on sale. You know, it's a good product. Try it, you'll like it.
So are you all going to be cooking the tilapia, or are you all just going to be selling the?
Well, we still have to find out about if we will be allowed to cook on site. To do that, you know, you need your food badge and all of these things. So we're still looking at our options, what is allowed by public health, etc., to be done there. We know we can't sell the fish there. So even if we were to give out samples, we still waiting to find out about the relative guidelines.
So if you'll have to actually sell the tilapia, can we expect reduced prices?
All right. Right now, the prices, I don't suspect there's going to be a reduction of prices. What we would do is match the retail price that it is being sold at the supermarkets. Okay. The last thing we want to do is undersell the distributors. This event is really geared towards making people aware of the product. It's a distribution event for us.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Khalil and Mr. Ryan Mohammed. It was wonderful having you on the set this morning to discuss all the aims, objectives, and plans of aQuaTT. We look forward to having you on the Sunrise Morning Show sometime in the near future, and wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. Folks, we continue with our budget analysis.